There are three things in today's troublesome and worrisome economy that every business owner must do with their IT in order to survive. And actually, we're going to talk about those three things here in just a minute, and they are your backup and disaster recovery planning, your data security and availability, and finally, your slow computers. Well, when we're done, you're going to see all of the reasons why you'll pick up the phone and call us. Hey, when we're done, you're going to want to have our $950 assessment that we're doing for $247. It's a network assessment. And then finally, you're going to say, wow, these guys really do understand mission critical. And then you're going to understand why we say, if we can't fix it, you don't pay. Okay, the first thing is the fact that business owners are playing Russian roulette with their business, with their backup plan. Well, why would that be? Well, first off, it's not the backup that's important, it's your restore time. It's the recovery time. In fact, about 90% of the people that I speak to, before we worked with them, they tell me, I have no idea how long it's going to take to recover if we ever take a hit or we take an outage with our server. And so they have no idea. I know from experience that it takes sometimes 2 days or 1 day to get your machine back. Well, what does being out of business do for you in a day, for a whole day? How many lost sales do you have? What else? I mean, you've got people sitting around twiddling their thumbs all day long doing nothing. You're going to lose, like I say, you're going to lose sales, you're going to lose productivity, and that's not great. That's terrible for your business. But guess what? The cool part is the fact that it doesn't cost that much anymore to have a great backup and disaster recovery plan that can get you up and operational in about 2, maybe 3 hours worst case. So when we're done, when you would talk to me, you will find out easily that you can compare one thing to the other and you can say, look, I can't take the risk of ever being down. I want to know how I can be back up within 2 hours. The second thing is your data security and availability. Now, you may have your data scattered everywhere. Let's say that you don't, and that you're smart and you've got it on one place, the server. That's great. Who has access to it? Better yet, who shouldn't have access to it? That's the real key nowadays. And the reason I say that is we know that the economy is really bad, and we know people are getting more and more desperate. And now embezzlement starts to happen. You don't want to take a chance with somebody you really trust. Don't tempt them. Secure your data. The third thing is your slow computers. And quite honestly, that is one of the most obvious things, slow computers. But many business owners don't take the time to even think about their slow computers. It could be happening because it's just too slow. It's too old. It's time to get rid of the machine. You need somebody that's going to tell you it's time to get rid of this thing. It could also be viruses, spyware, adware running rampant on your system. You just need somebody to come and get cleaned out. Maybe the machine starts working better then after that. The machine could also have all kinds of programs and files all over it, just saturated, and it needs somebody to do a defrag on the hard drive. But what if a simple stick of memory could increase the productivity of a worker by, say, 30 minutes a day? What would that mean to your business? The Best Geeks is here to make sure that you have the best tool on the block to build your business. And do you realize that if your network is not operating efficiently, you could be hemorrhaging opportunity? Now, if you're like a lot of my clients, before they worked with me, they lost their peace of mind. because they were constantly worrying about a crash of the server, a fire, a theft. In fact, pick a disaster, insert it here, they were worried about it. Now, whether you're a small business trying to make it in today's worrisome economy, or let's say you're a startup, really excited, but got the world by the tail, you actually need to get your peace of mind back. I want you to have it back. I want you to focus 100% on building your business. Let us worry about your IT. Early on in my career, I got to work with some really cool companies, and I got to learn a lot of really interesting things. I got to work with companies like Visa Corporation, the Department of Defense, which included Department of Energy, Department of Army, Department of Navy, Department. I had plenty of departments. It was awesome. But you know what? I also got to work with the CIA. Man, was that awesome. But here's what happened. When I got to work with the CIA and all these other companies, I got to learn a concept called mission critical. I have taken that concept and have hammered it home with my employees that everybody's business is mission critical and their data has to be protected as though it's the most important thing in the world. Now, I have carried that philosophy forward and created the mantra for the best geeks. If we can't fix it, you don't pay. And I'm serious about that. We are so confident in our ability, we can make that guarantee. Let us get awakened in the middle of the night when your server calls us to say, hey, I've got a problem. We'll fix it. We'll send you an email the next morning, and you'll never even know it happened. To schedule your $247 network assessment, which, by the way, we'll return to you when you hire us, look at the information on the screen. Here is what one of my clients has to say.
Hi, my name is Terry Albert. I'm the General Manager of the Texas Renaissance Festival, the largest Renaissance theme park in the United States and the second largest theme park in the state of Texas. And the Best Geeks have been handling our IT issues all year long. When we first called on the Best Geeks to help us with our IT issues, we had been experiencing multiple network problems. At the time, I think we had been down for about 4 days. We called the Best Geeks up. They came in, learned of our issues, and they had us back and running within an hour and a half. The Best Geeks also helped us do a lot of new stuff that we weren't able to do with our old service. We were able to move to an Exchange server so that we could get real-time email on our smartphones. We're also able to rely on them to pretty much come at a moment's notice. The Best Geeks have been great about their response time, either by phone, email, or logging on remotely. Even in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll get calls from them and they'll be there. They'll be monitoring all of our services to make sure that the network is up and running. We at the Texas Renaissance Festival would highly recommend using the Best Geeks for any of your IT services. They've been nothing but phenomenal for us.